And I'd like to take this opportunity to, frankly, apologize for everything I've ever done in television. I am so sorry. I have ruined the culture. And, I just hope hell isn't that hot. I burn real easy. I'm very light complected. I hope you all pray for me, because if I get to heaven, you're all going. Think about it. You're all going. So take care of yourself and each other, and may you never, ever be on my show.
Jurisdictional defect come in is that they masquerading as a government in violation of United States Code 1983 under the color of law. Law they've been colored by as the white man, and the white man ain't even fucking white. Right? They look like us, but they ain't us. They thought we would never get past their legal leads to set ourselves free, but they ain't never ran into a brother like me. Right? So they can take it for what they want.
Somebody asked if he do get in, would he stand up for the monarchy?
Y'all still trying to get a president?
Yeah,
y'all still trying to get a president. Look, man, we raised in the matriarchy, and y'all still looking for a president. You looking for a slave master. Trump trying to give us free. And we looking for a slave master instead of raising the matriarchy. Politics is just tricks. A whole bunch of tricks in the bag. DC shut down, so anything you see on TV, that's just some shit they made up in the back.
Man, so pretty much, like I said, the president is like, he ain't the CEO. So the Federal Reserve, it's the Federal Reserve going out of business.
Federal Reserve was canceled under Donald Trump. Federal Reserve is gone. Internal Revenue Service is gone. As long as y'all stop supporting that dumb shit, they can go faster.
I noticed that.
And gave the judge that stuff, and the judge comes out sweating, going, "Who wrote this letter? I will not allow violence in this courtroom." And I go, "Judge, what violence?" And he says, "You can't represent your father. You're not a licensed attorney." And I go, "Well, sir, that's strange, because I have never heard of an attorney's license in my life. In fact, I even called the licensing commissioner. They offer driver's license, mortgage licenses, real estate licenses, but no license to practice law. I asked them for it, and they don't have it. So if you could show me your license to practice law, then I will be able to determine whether I'm a licensed attorney or not." And he got super angry and said nothing. And I said, "Sir, are we in a court of record today?" And he was dead quiet. Meanwhile, all the attorneys are like standing next to me, like, "Hey, you little kid, I don't think you know what's going on. Like, why don't you come outside here and talk to me? Like, you don't know, da 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 da." And I just look at him and I go, "Look, hey, I don't have he's the one keeping my dad in jail, not y'all, so I don't really want to talk to you guys. I'm trying to get this settled." And I asked the judge, "Sir, for the third and final time, is this a court of record?" I want it on the record that the judge is not responding to my very simple questions, if this is a court of record or not. And when I do that, he clicks the panic button underneath the desk. The bailiffs drag me out of the courthouse, and they bring my dad into court, and they go, "Russ, we'll let you go if you promise not to do it again." And my dad hadn't seen me since I was 10 years old, and he didn't even know I was there. So he was just all like, "Yeah, Judge, I promise." Like, "Yeah, I won't do it again." And they release him. And I was like, I knew this was real. And so once that happened, I dedicated my life to figuring out a way to incorporate that knowledge with the spiritual knowledge that I already knew. And so you're definitely correct that it's actually purely financial. They actually consider your body warehouse goods and file liens and store your body in a warehouse, and they monetizing it using the General Service Administration. They file a bid bond, a performance bond, and a payment bond with the General Service Administration, Standard Form 93, 94, and 95. And then they get you to pay commissary, right? And they make it all, it's all money. You have like you have a CID number. They threw me in jail one time for revealing this knowledge. They gave me a debit card, They called it a debit card, and they named me. I was part of the trustee program, right? So like the trustees, and I was doing work and all that stuff, and you had to pay for everything. You know, there's always attorneys' fees, court costs, all these things, and they traded on the private system called the Court Registry Investment System. And so, if you want to get out of a court case, just send a affidavit of questionnaire to the judge and to the attorneys, and just ask them, under penalty of perjury, do you have a financial interest in this case? Yes or no. If it's yes, you must recuse yourself. If it's no, then you've perjured yourself. The IRS will find out about it, and you will go to prison. That's how you stop court cases.
Man, guys, I mean, come on, man. You can't tell me you're not impressed right now and also appalled. How many of y'all's jaws dropped when you found out that we're getting traded like cattle or whatever you want to call it in jail? And also, we now, man, by the time this live is over, you're going to have 10 nicknames. We got my cousin Vinny over here.
The mucus is infested in the body. The average American walks around with 25 pounds of mucus in his body. 4 to 5 pounds in the head area. The average American, what do you think comes out of your eyes in the morning? That hard stuff in your eyes. Dandruff is mucus coming out the scalp. There's no head and shoulders can cure no mucus. Dandruff is mucus coming out the scalp. People with terrible sinuses got a lot of mucus. The mucus and the mucus layers that bury the disease in the body. The festering bed for cancer is mucus. This glass, picture it, filled to the brim, and it overflows. Every time it overflows, that's your cold and flu. The mucus just comes right up to here and spills over. That is a cold and the flu. Then the body sends the Baron, the great Baron, the fever, to thin.
Or is it 11?
Yeah.
It's 11. I'm sorry. The form. Looking at the form, had the wrong date on it.
Question. What's your name? What's that? What's your name?
My name is Glenn.
Glenn. Now, pay attention, everybody. Y'all see that camera? That's the Melanated People of Power camera. Glenn said earlier they was worried about Melanated People of Power coming up here.
No,
It wasn't?
we weren't worried about it.
Oh,
We were being prepared for it.
being prepared. They was prepared for the Melanated People of Power because they said that they're going to have to start switching things up because we're coming. We're coming. And we're going to make sure we're here at all these places.
As long as you are
We're gonna make
benefiting
sure-
the community, as long as you're benefiting the community,
We're going to
we don't
make
have a
sure we're
problem. But
here
if
at
you're
all
trying to
these
outbid
places.
and
All,
push
we're going to
people out
outbid
and
everybody.
intimidate
We're going
people,
to outbid
if you're
everybody.
gonna intimidate
Lawfully, we're
people,
going to
then
outbid everybody because no one can outbid me. Okay?
That's great. I
So
don't
that's
care if
the law.
you want to buy the rest of them.
So listen,
You're welcome.
no
to
one's
buy
going to
them. Come
outbid
on.
Dr. Tanner.
There's no
You
bids
see
on
this
them. Why
up?
don't you
You
take
see how
them
he's
all?
upset?
No, take them.
We're going to
I
make
want
sure
you
we
to
come to
buy
every
them.
county. We're going to be 2,000 deep every time we come here. The fear is real. The fear is real.
So check this out. Aries, I am, is the infant. So Aries is the first sign. Aries is 1, it's the first house, and Pisces is the 12th house. So basically, you have Aries, I am, therefore I live. Taurus, I have, therefore I claim. Gemini, I think, therefore I communicate. Cancer, I feel, therefore I express. Leo, I will, therefore I do. It's the teenager. Virgo, I analyze, therefore I help. Libra, I balance, therefore I reveal. Scorpio, I desire, therefore I take. Sagittarius, I see, therefore I fight. Aquarius, I know, therefore I defy. I know the government is corrupt, therefore I rebel. Pisces, I believe, therefore I submit, therefore I dream. Because it's life is a dream, or the American dream, it's all a hoax. You have to wake up, the Great Awakening. Once you wake up, you realize all this shit is garbage. The food, everything is a lie. The government, we don't need it. We're better off without police. We can protect ourselves. We're better off without schools. We can inform ourselves with nature. Nature is our teacher. Astrology, etc., anatomy, study the body, study nature. We don't need schools, and we don't need hospitals. We can heal ourselves with nature. The herbs are for the healing of the nation. Dr. Sebi cured AIDS by getting rid of the mucus in the body, which is the root of all diseases or dis-ease. It's actually mucus in the lymphatic system, which gets into the immune system, which causes AIDS. If you get mucus out of the skin and the lymphatic system in the entire bloodstream by doing veganism and aged urine therapy, is going to get rid of mucus in the bloodstream, which cures all disease. So here you have it. Every age is 2,160 years, because if you have 30 degrees, which is 360 degrees, divided by 12 is 30 times 12 is 360. Now, 30 degrees, how long does it take for 30 degrees to precess along the ecliptic? That means every single vernal equinox, which sign is behind the sun when the sun rises in the spring? It used to be Aries for 2,000 years, then Pisces, now it's Aquarius. For the next 2,000 years, every spring and fall, when the sun rises, Aries will be behind it. If you look on Stellarium, you can see it. You can't see it now because you can't see the sun. You can't see the sign that's behind the sun because the sun is obviously bright and you can't see the stars. So basically, that's why the ram was born of a Virgo opposite. This whole thing is considered Virgo because Virgo's a long constellation. Libra's little. Point is this. These are the platonic solids. That gives you the age, and 2,160 year ages equals 12 ages, which is the platonic year. So anyways, look at this. This is the flat earth. There's Horus with his giving you the tropics where the sun is higher away from the earth and towards it. And this eye, it's Plato's cave, but it's the whole eye.
I really have no time to explain this. Our government has been charged with a crime, a danger to humanity. As of right now, we have no government because the planetary judge is forcing our government to give the rightful owners back their land, which is us. The planetary judge is ordering us right now to stop calling ourselves Black African American. Also, to shut down Black Lives Matter. Because in the law dictionary, the word Black and African American is patterned as we're dead already. So the planetary judge want us to go by our nationality, Hebrew Israelite, Moor. America is not America. The real name for America is Tamari. You go look up the Freedom of Information Act to find out the other stuff you need to know. The reason why they've been charged with a danger to humanity is because the flesh pit that they found, the flesh pit that they found in Texas, they did a DNA sample on it, and the DNA come back 9 series. We the only people on earth that has 9 series DNA. Well, the Bible said we came from the dirt. So, with that being said, they've been charged with a danger to humanity because we have served 400 years as indentured service to this country. We're in debt because our government, Washington, D.C., is an entity that's not a part of our country. They've been ordered to get off these lands. Now, right now, our own country is setting up a war against the citizens of the country. They don't want to give us our land back. They don't want to free us either. So that's why you're seeing all these factories being burnt up, trains derailing, water getting bad, because they know they have to give us our land back. They've been ordered to leave this land. The planetary judge has ordered us to stop paying bills, going to work, because they have to pay us reparations. Africa, China, and Russia is about to go against America for them to free us.
Now tell me you guys remember this video.
But Dave Chappelle was decapitated in front of us. He made $500 million. They said even though his contract said he should get half of it, they said he made too much for the contract to be valid. You mean he made $500 million and they offered him 50? Yes. And he said, what do you think my fans are gonna say? They said, your fans will believe that you're a crazy crackhead by the time you get home.
After watching that, it really got me thinking. Because we know that most of these celebrities are into some weird stuff, right? But only a select few get exposed. Now we all know what Michael Jackson is known for, or what he allegedly did. Look at this.
I've generated several $1 billion for Sony. Several billion. They never thought that this performer, myself, would outthink them. So I own half of Sony's publishing, and I'm leaving them, and they're very angry at me because of it.
Does anybody see where I'm going with this? The media pushed and pushed and pushed propaganda about Michael Jackson.
Michael Jackson, the first
Click.
man to clone himself, is now suing himself for molesting himself.
What did you do with Sue? I didn't
Scary
touch her,
Movie
I
3.
swear. I don't believe you. Please, for God's sakes. She's a girl. I done touched on everything but little boys. That's not a stab at Michael.
And there are literally countless examples of this. Michael Jackson is one of the biggest stars of all time. And with that comes influence that he would have on the people, right? And if he's not doing what they want him to do, their only option is to discredit him. Really makes you think about all the other celebrities that they had to discredit.
Will be a international headline in about 5 minutes. Australian Navy ship shoots it.
Facing our way. Bad boys, bad boys. Yield.
Is it?
The turret is turning our way.
The turret's turning at us.
Boy, we should hide Adrian in case they think we're trying to kill him.
Going that way.
We're just traversing. Is there a helicopter coming at us? Are we late? I don't know where. Just travel, just go.
Just go.
Send out the chopper. That's a drone. Is it? That's unreal.
When people say, why the lie? One of the main answers is they're hiding more land.
What if we can truly become free? The whole reason for this is because of more land. Because think about it, if there's more real estate, if there's more resources, natural resources, if there's more food for our starving children, if there's more space, more room for us to get away from the trafficking, if there's places where we can go and other civilizations we can be a part of, where they don't charge you for water, they don't charge you for free energy, they don't charge you for property taxes. What if there is more land?
Nobody can go explore Antarctica, period. Because if humanity found out there's more land, then the heliocentric theory is gone. They can't start adding more continents on the bottom of a ball. It's just, they wanted it silenced right away.
There is evidence out there through old maps, namely the 1,000-year-old Japanese Kawabashi map, which shows continents and lands outwardly of what they call the ice shelf or the ice wall.
So why are they teaching the globe model? Well, you see, the globe is a container, and it's a container of all the known land. The Jesuits and the Freemasons, they needed a new model because they wanted a new world order.
Because right now on a ball or in a snow globe, there's only 7 continents. That's all there is. So everything is very limited. We have a limited supply.
Resources are very scarce because the Earth is a globe, right? It's cut off, everything's cut off. If you open it up and there is more land, then there's plenty of resources. More land means more resources. Well, that's huge if they're hiding something like that. There's a scene in The Truman Show where Truman is like, I want to be an explorer when I get older.
I like to be an explorer, like the Great Magellan.
Oh, well, you're too late. There's really nothing left to explore.
Imagine if there's like all these beautiful places to explore still, and finding out that there's all this land, it just opens up the door for discovery again.
Have you ever heard of the eyewitness testimony written in the books, The Iron Republic, The Smoky God, Worlds Beyond the Poles?
In the late 1800s, there was a series of articles written in Florida Magazine about a politician that was tired of what was going on here, got a big ship and a crew, was exploring Antarctica, and he found a passageway through, and he popped out into the ocean, was lost for about a month. Finally, they found land with a city, and they pulled up, and it was a very advanced, quite different civilization, and very friendly, and they stayed there, and he writes about all the experiences he had there. In the late 1800s, they were talking about more land beyond Antarctica.
Remember, the word extraterrestrial means extra land. They're telling you that there's more land in here that they don't talk about.
There could be more land in some of the oceans where it's just all blue on the map. Nobody knows. You're not cruising around on big ships or flying over it on planes and looking, nobody's out there charting anything.
Have you heard of such a thing as no-fly zones? For instance, you can't fly in certain areas near the Arctic Circle or the Antarctic Circle. The reasons being is because there are lands there that we're not supposed to know about. They don't want those lands to be discovered.
All these corrupt systems that are stealing money from us, kidnapping our children, just doing horrible things. They rely upon the cattle staying on the ranch, the slaves on the plantation. That's why Flat Earth is the most important knowledge we can obtain, is because there is more land.
Don't look at us and say, go prove it. It won't allow us to go prove it. We're not the lazy ones here. We're being restricted from going to prove this to you. So because of that, of course we're going to speculate. It's a red flag. If that's not a red flag to you, I don't know what is. They won't allow us to go. Allow us to go. If we go and there's nothing there, I'll admit I'm wrong. But all signs point that they're hiding more land.
You have to have permission to do everything. You have to have permission to marry the love of your life. You have to have permission to travel down the road when we have the inalienable right to travel from point A to point B. You people think you're free? You're not free. You're free-range chickens. That's what you are. You're free-range chickens held in an area you're not allowed to go past, and if not, you go to jail or you get shot. Stay on the plantation, do what you're supposed to do, pay your taxes, and shut up. Right?
Well, if there is more land, and I sincerely believe that there is, then that's the perfect reason to lie to everybody. And it's not just about hiding a place for more resources and where else we can go and dig for gas and gold. It's not about that. They're hiding freedom. They know that as soon as we all find out that there's another place to go without dictatorship, that we'd be gone.
It's regulated by the government and by the DFO. But the problem is what they don't understand is millions of people look at this milk running away because it's the end of the month. So I have to dump. I dump 30,000 liters of milk, and it breaks my heart. I will show you. By the way, this here, Canadian milk, It's $7 a liter. When I go for my haircut, people say, wow, $7, Jerry, for a little bit of milk. I say, well, you have to go higher up because we have no say anymore as a dairy farmer on our own farm because they make us dump it. And no matter how we stand up, so this time I'm going public. I want the people to see.